The goal with fabric T-slots is to mimic the traditional leather T-slots that are used in men's wallets to reduce bulk within the seams. Because we can't have an unfinished edge with fabric, what we do instead is we're going to create the next best thing. Taking our fabric T-slot piece, you're going to fold it in half along the short ends. So we are going to take the long ends and match them together, right sides together. Next, and this doesn't need to be pressed at this point, just finger fold is fine. Next, we're going to sew along the diagonal seam, or along the diagonal edge at 1/4 inch. You're going to want to make sure you backstitch at the start and the stop of it, because you will be turning these and you want to make sure that you have a good edge to turn with. So I'm going to go slow. When I do this, I do all of my T-slots that I'm going to need for that wallet. So there's one, and backstitch. You'll notice at the end I kind of curve out. This just accentuates that T look. It's not necessary. The pattern piece is designed to be able to go straight up at 1/4 inch and still have plenty of room, but I do curve it a little bit. So and normally I'm doing a whole bunch at a time, so not 2 at a time. It goes a lot faster. Once you've done that, clip the threads. The next step is to turn it inside out. You'll notice that these holes are still open and this is still open. You can use the bottom hole to turn through. You're going to want to use whatever your preferred pokey tool, turning aid, whatever you want to call it. Whether that's a chopstick or a boning knife or whatever you have handy. For instance, currently I have my snips handy. I will close those and poke out the end. So then let me get this side. Okay. Ends are poked out. At this point you're going to press it and then top stitch across the top. With the magic of the internet, I now have a pressed piece and I am ready to top stitch. Adjust my stitch length. You do not have to backstitch here because the ends will be caught, but I like to do it anyway because sometimes that end just doesn't want to get caught. And then now you have a completed fabric T-slot. The first slots are a lot simpler. You simply take the piece, fold it in half, and I seem to have lost my bobbin thread. The fabric first slot is a lot simpler. You simply fold the piece in half and then top stitch right along the top. Again, you don't have to backstitch. I tend to backstitch at least one stitch. Like I said, I've had it so where I got to the end and suddenly it's not there, so that way I just know that it's completely backstitched. Clip the threads, and there you have it. You now have what will be the fabric first slot and the fabric T-slot. You'd have another fabric T-slot, and then you set that on the card back.